All right, this is called the slipper drill. So I like this drill because it allows the athlete to really think about that last step at takeoff, having a low heel recovery. So remember, high heel, coming up and down. Low heel is if you're kind of like coming down like this. So it's from high to low. High heel is coming up and down. Low heel is here and then striding in, right? And if you've ever put on a pair of slippers, right, you put on your pair of slippers, you stick your foot in that way, right? So that's essentially what we're trying to do with the slipper drill. So I'm going to come high heel, paw, or bridge as I bridge and roll into the ball of my foot. And then this one is going to come, so it's high heel, and this one's going to be up here, and now it's going to step into a slipper. And that allows me to just strike my foot down and plant that foot. When I think about planting though, I don't want to think about my foot coming forward. I want to think about as it comes forward, because I'm moving forward, right? Because I'm actually running. That foot never should be landing heel first. So I've got a resistance band right here. It's like a rubber band, okay? So when I come through, and if I come through here and I land heel first, which is a very common thing that athletes do, they'll run and they'll lower down really big here, and then they'll step way out here with their foot way out in front of them. And instead of it going boom, 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 and that last step being really quick because they're boom, boom, and they're just getting their foot down, instead they'll almost like jump to it. So they'll go boom, boom, or they'll lower really down, boom, boom, and their foot will be way out in front of them, and they'll land heel first, and then you'll hear a slap, bah, and their foot will plant down like this, and they rock over, okay? So remember, we got these things called muscles, we got tendons, we got ligaments. Muscles are these big old things that contract and allow us to do work. Ligaments connect bone to bone, and tendons, they connect all these big muscles to our bones. So the big one's the Achilles, right? We talk about when we point our toe or plantar flex, if you touch that Achilles, it's nice and loose. If you have those foot up, it's nice and tight. Well, tendons are like rubber bands. So if I pull this resistance band back, it's stretchy, it's elastic. It's now got energy stored up in it when I've pulled it back, and when I let go, it snaps forward, right? So I have all this energy stored up, and now when I let go, that kinetic energy pulls it forward, right? Now, when I come through here and land heel first, my Achilles, since my foot is up, is nice and tight, which is awesome. But here's the problem. When I then do this, now what happened? Now that Achilles is all loose, right? So when I jump, I want an extra spring in my jump, right? I want the tendons to actually act as an assistance, right? So if I just sit here and I just jump, I can jump a certain distance. But imagine I had someone holding this rubber band, and when I jump, this spring is pulling me and assisting me to pull me forward, right? That's kind of what happens. When this is all taut, my muscles do work to move me forward, and then this is like an extra bonus, right? It's a boost that pulls me forward. When I land heel first and then I slap down, I'm all taut and then I let go of it. It's like all the energy is just wasted because I slap my foot down. Now I need that energy, right? I need to be an elastic. So then as I rotate over, now I'm here, now I'm tight again, and I let it snap me forward. So I'm doing twice as much work by going here, boom, boom, boom. So I'm doing basically twice the amount of work instead of if I just came down here and landed here, I'm already tight and all I have to do is just pop off. So instead of having to go like this, boom, 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 if I just land already here, flat-footed on my takeoff, I'm already loaded up and I only have to do half of the work. So instead of going 4 times, I'm already here, and all I have to do is forward. Now, if I can do more amount of work in way less time, obviously that's going to be beneficial. So I want to land here, flat-footed. I never want to land heel first, flat-footed. That way I'm already tight, I'm already coiled up, and I can literally just explode off of it. Very important. So when we think about slipper, I don't want to think about stepping way out here. I want to think about pulling, rotating over, and then I want to think about planting my foot in the ground like a hammer. So I want to think, oh, boom. I want to lock my glute, lock my quad, lock all these muscles, and try not to deform. So if you remember from the hinge drill, we talked about staying as stiff and rigid as possible, right? So all the energy goes in the ground, it comes back into me. Now the ground's not going to deform. When I step on it, it's not going to crumble. All that energy is going to come back to me. And if I crumble, then I have to then raise again, right? But if I can stay stiff, that energy goes in the ground, comes back into me, then I can just rotate over and get off the ground a lot quicker. So that's what I really want to do, is bridge through, real quickly get this on the ground, and then stiff. And I like to lock my glute, because if I can have as little amount of knee bend as possible, a little bit of hip bend as possible, then I'm just going to go boom and pop through as quick as possible. That's going to get me the max amount of distance. Another thing it's going to do is help minimize injury. A lot of jumpers get injured because of this. They land heel first, way out in front of them. So what do they then have to do? They then come here to lower down and explode off. So if I'm here, all that energy is coming back into me. But if I land heel first and I have to flatten, all that energy is coming up here. And instead of going into my body, all that force is coming into the ground. Instead of going here, I'm boom, it's all going into this right here, which is called your patella tendon, right? This is called jumper's knee. Have you ever seen an athlete go, oh, my knee hurts, right? Most likely it's because they're landing heel first, which then causes them to bend their knee a lot at takeoff and try to knee jump or quad jump. We never want to quad jump. We want to jump from our hips by locking. So if I ever come down and you see an athlete jumping, or if they come up and they try to jump like this, they already have a forward lean coming into takeoff. That's all in the knee. That's how you get jumper's knee. So the more they can remain stiff here, the less they'll actually end up injured down here. Huge thing. All right, on to the next one.